is Can Yaman really? The story behind Turkey's most controversial heartthrob, girls. Do you have that one Turkish actor you just can't stop staring at? Because if you don't, after this video, you absolutely will. Today we're talking about Can Yaman, the most irresistible, controversial, and famous heartthrob in all of Turkey. Yes, the same one who makes you swoon with a smile and then leaves you speechless with his next headline-making statement. Hey my loves, welcome back to the channel. If you live for Turkish dramas, intense romances, drop-dead gorgeous actors, and the real-life drama off-screen, this is your spot. So you know the drill. Hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a single passionate Turkish story. And today, I needed to bring you this video, because Can Yaman's life is a drama all its own. From his childhood to his breakout roles, his movie-worthy romances, and yes, his fair share of controversies too. We're covering it all, and I promise you're going to stay until the very end. So get comfy, grab your coffee, because we're starting right now. Childhood and origins. Can Yaman was born on November 8, 1989, in Istanbul, Turkey. Although today we see him as a confident, charismatic, and glamorous man, his early life was quite ordinary. He comes from a middle-class family with both Turkish and Albanian roots. His paternal grandfather emigrated from Albania to Turkey, giving Can a rich cultural heritage that he himself has often mentioned in interviews. As a child, Can was diligent, curious, and bursting with boundless energy. He attended an Italian school in Istanbul, which explains why he speaks Italian so fluently today. Not only that, he's also fluent in English and has a good grasp of German. From a young age, he showed himself to be intelligent and highly adaptable. Interestingly, despite his striking looks now, he wasn't exactly the most popular kid or the school heartthrob back then. He was more reserved, very focused on his studies, and kept a small circle of close friends. His priority was knowledge, not fame. A pivotal figure in his life was his mother, Gulden Can, who always supported his choices and believed in his potential. After his parents divorced when he was just 5 years old, Can was primarily raised by her. He often credits her for much of who he is today. What few people know is that Can never dreamed of becoming an actor as a child. His first true passion was the law. That's right. Before conquering the screen, his goal was to become a successful lawyer. He achieved this, graduating with honors from the Faculty of Law at Yeditepe University in Istanbul. But life had other plans for him. Plans that would lead him in front of the cameras, onto television sets, and eventually straight into the hearts of millions of fans around the world. Early career. The story of how Can Yaman went from the courtroom to television reads like a novel. After graduating with honors in law in 2012, he began working at a prestigious law firm. He had everything it took to succeed in that world: intelligence, discipline, even style. But he soon realized it wasn't his true calling. He wanted something more, something that made him feel alive. During a break from his legal career, Can decided to travel across Europe. That time away gave him space to reflect on what he really wanted. And that's when fate stepped in. A close friend encouraged him to try modeling, capitalizing on his striking looks. Although he was initially hesitant, he agreed to do a few photo shoots, and those images changed his life. His presence was so magnetic that offers from agencies and producers arrived almost immediately. He enrolled at the Cunit Sayıl Acting Academy, where he trained for months with dedication and passion. Unlike some actors who rise to fame overnight, Can took his craft very seriously. In 2014, he officially made his acting debut in the series Gönül Matters of the Heart. Though not the lead, his charisma was undeniable. He had a way of capturing both the cameras and the audience's attention. That was just the beginning. Next came Inadına Aşk, Defiant Love, in 2015, where he began to cement his image as a rebel heartthrob, followed by Hangimiz Sevmedik, Which One of Us Didn't Love, in 2016. But it was in 2017 that his career truly exploded with Dolunay, Full Moon, in which he played the enigmatic and seductive Ferit Aslan. From that point on, there was no turning back. His modern leading man style, wild edge, disarming smile, made him the latest international crush. Fans adored not only his looks, but also his powerful screen presence and mysterious allure. Can Yaman had traded his formal lawyer's suit for the red carpet. He was now the actor gracing magazine covers, setting social media trends, and winning hearts around the world. And the best was yet to come. Major hits and international fame. If Dolunay was his takeoff, then Erkanci Kush was his explosion. In 2018, Can Yaman starred in this romantic comedy alongside Demet Özdemir, and what happened was pure magic. Not only did their chemistry set the internet on fire, but Can's character, Can Divit, a bohemian, enigmatic, seductive entrepreneur with his tousled beard and soulful gaze, captivated half the world. Erkanci Kush wasn't just a hit in Turkey. It sold to dozens of countries, Italy, Spain, much of Latin America, and social media filled up with scene clips, memes, fan edits, and shipping theories. Suddenly, even viewers who'd never watched a Turkish drama knew his name. That's a huge feat in such a crowded market. The impact was so huge that Can began racking up international awards, named Best Foreign Actor in places like Italy and Spain. Red carpets opened up for him. Global brands clamored for him as their ambassador, and entertainment press covered his every move. He had become more than just a Turkish actor. He was a cultural phenomenon. Here's a fun fact. At the height of his fame, Can completely reinvented his look, cutting his long hair, shaving his beard, and debuting a cleaner, more elegant style for his next series, Be Yanlış, Mr. Wrong. In that show, he played a charmingly arrogant relationship coach. While it didn't match the monster ratings of Erkanci Kush, it proved his versatility as a leading man. But the real international leap came when he ventured outside Turkey. Italy embraced him, casting him opposite Francesca Chillemi in Viola come il mare. Italian audiences swooned, and the press treated him like a Hollywood star. He also signed deals with Disney Plus and began appearing in high-profile commercials and events worldwide. In just a few years, he went from promising up-and-comer in Istanbul to bona fide global superstar, giving press conferences in multiple languages and recognized by millions. What makes Can truly special isn't just his talent, it's his presence. There's something indescribable about him that, the moment he's on screen, you simply can't look away. And as if that weren't enough, his personal life soon grabbed headlines just as much as his on-screen roles. But that is exactly what I'll share next. Romances and love life. If there's one thing that stirred nearly as much buzz as his TV hits, it's Can Yaman's romances. After all, when you're one of the planet's most coveted men, every glance, every gesture, every word becomes headline news. The most iconic romance, and the one that still fuels sighs and fan theories, was with Demet Özdemir, his co-star on Erkanci Kush. Their on-screen chemistry was so real, so intense, fans were convinced something was happening off-camera, and they weren't wrong. During filming, rumors swirled that Can and Demet had a brief, passionate fling. They never confirmed it publicly, but the looks, the subtle touches, the stolen glances said it all. After the series wrapped, though, they went their separate ways. To this day, fans dream of a reunion, but it seems it was one of those loves that burns bright and then fades away. Next came one of the most high-profile relationships of his life. His romance with Italian TV host Diletta Leotta. In 2021, Can and Diletta became the world's most stalked couple. Candid photos, glamorous trips, wedding rumors, even meeting her family in that much-talked-about ring. But the fairy tale ended quickly. A few months later, they announced their split amid whispers of infidelity, trust issues, and cultural clashes. Some fans suspected it was all a marketing stunt. Others insisted it was real love that just didn't last. Neither has laid out the full story. He's also been linked to actresses like Ashelia Topaloğlu, European models, and even famous fans. Can has said in interviews that he prefers to keep his private life under wraps, but that very air of mystery only adds to his allure as the unattainable heartthrob. Currently, no official partner is known. That keeps fans' hearts open and their hopes alive. Because let's be honest, who among us hasn't dreamed at least once of receiving a private DM from Can Yaman on Instagram, right? And speaking of dreams, if you're enjoying this video and you too want every juicy detail about your favorite Turkish stars, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Your support truly helps me keep bringing you the stories we all love. Controversies in current life. Although Can Yaman is admired by millions, he has also been at the center of several controversies. His strong character, unfiltered honesty, and some of his actions have led him to clashes with the press, co-stars, and even parts of the public. One of the most talked about controversies occurred in 2019 when, in an interview, he was asked what it takes for an on-screen couple to have real chemistry, and he replied, "They should have real sex before filming." The remark, widely seen as chauvinistic and unnecessary, sparked an uproar in Turkey. Actresses, journalists, and fans harshly criticized his comment, and he had to clarify his words days later. But the damage was already done. That same year, he also had run-ins with some castmates, including Özge Gürel, his co-star in Dolunay and Bey Yanlış. Although no direct feud was ever confirmed, several Turkish media outlets reported tension behind the scenes and noted that Can wasn't always easy to work with on set. In fact, his reputation as a diva began to take hold. Additionally, his attitude toward paparazzi has been another flashpoint. On more than one occasion, he has responded with annoyance, dodged questions, or made explosive statements that only bolstered his bad boy image in Turkish television. However, it's also true that his international career has allowed him to escape much of Turkey's tabloid press. In Italy, for example, he has been welcomed with enthusiasm and warmth, and he has managed to reinvent himself with a more professional, approachable, and even mature image. Currently, Can splits his time between Italy and other European countries, working on new projects for television, film, and streaming platforms. In 2023 and 2024, he starred in the series Viola come il mare, which was well received by Italian audiences and opened even more doors for him. He has also signed a deal with Disney Plus Turkey for a major action production called The Turk, in which he portrays a historical figure in a story filled with adventure and drama. The series promises to be a milestone in his career, and fans are eagerly awaiting its release. Today, Can Yaman is more than just an actor. He's a brand. He has his own line of perfumes, collaborates with luxury brands, and is an influential social media figure with millions of followers tracking his every move. Despite the controversies, there's one thing no one can deny. Can Yaman is a phenomenon. And like any great phenomenon, he generates love, hate, passion, and countless conversations. And now that you know all the secrets and key moments of his life, let's wrap up this journey in style. There you have it. The life of Can Yaman like you've never heard it before. From his school days in Istanbul, through his transformation from lawyer to actor, his romances that made us dream, to those controversies that left us speechless. Can isn't perfect, but maybe that's exactly why he fascinates us so much. Because behind the heartthrob looks is a complex, intense man full of contrasts. A star who has conquered the world but still generates as many questions as sighs. What do you think? Are you Soner Team Can Yaman no matter what? Or have some of his actions made you hesitate? I want to know everything, so tell me in the comments. I love reading your thoughts and responding. And if you enjoyed this video, learned something new, or simply had fun revisiting these moments, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell. Your support helps this community grow every day, so we can continue sharing our love for Turkish series and their stars together. Thanks for sticking around until the end, sending you a huge kiss, and see you in the next video. Until next time.